Hey you guys, this is Thoughts with Queen T, and my thought or topic for today is on the writers and actors strikes. So these strikes have been going on since May 2nd, and I think for a lot of us, we've heard a lot of different things. Executives at some of these companies have said some things. I think what maybe we originally thought, not saying that that's still not the base point, but there is definitely more to it, as to like what are they asking for in these strikes. There's definitely the conversation of, hey, we need a livable wage, because if you look at certain places, the cost of living is very different. I also understand too where it's like depending on your job, there may be an oversaturation of, hey, we've got how many writers. But if you're already working with a company and you're already doing things for that company, and same with acting. Like if you're already doing acting, like you have acting gigs, you are a professional writer, actor, what have you, you should be like kind of given, not rewarded, but you should be given what you deserve. I know for some they're still starting out, and that is something where even if you're starting out, everyone started somewhere. Like, you know, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Meryl Streep, they all started somewhere. Not everyone was just like a mega hit after their first movie. And so it really brings into this conversation of like what are you getting paid? Like what is the situation here? And any article that I mention, anything that I talk about, say, videos, I will make sure to put in the description down below. One of which talks about a writer on She-Hulk. He said, I only got $396 for the episode that I wrote. And the episode that he worked on was the Daredevil episode, was essentially that one where Daredevil comes in, we see him, he's there for a good majority of the episode. That's one of the better episodes. like, I'm, it, that's one where, like, people were talking about it a lot. The show itself, yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag for whoever you talk to. We know what it is. But essentially, they were able to take these different circumstances, everything that they have. You have the Netflix show, you have, hey, his cameo in Spider-Man No Way Home. Like, you are trying to weave all of that together, like with any kind of MCU project, anything that's kind of connecting one piece to another, in regards to like a franchise or what have you. You're kind of weaving that all together to then push it forward. Because now that Daredevil's part of the MCU, Daredevil's going to get his own show. And so this was a way to kind of connect it in different ways. And yeah, only got $396 for it. And I'm like, okay. that you can only do so much with $396. And so it's just this conversation of, okay, I've presented you a product, people like said product, I'm, with that you're getting like maybe merchandise with it, you're getting all these extra things or different deals going on, people are talking about it, so you're getting more money. And so you should be, you know, reaping those benefits. You've written something great, you've acted something well, you've presented the product in a way that is doing well for said company. You should reap the benefits of that. And if you're not, that's an issue. But you also have this conversation of, and this was the piece that got me, AI technology. Now, AI is very smart, okay? If you've done the ChatGPT, if you've done any of those that works with AI, I know there's the filters sometimes on TikTok in regards to like art and everything. There's something to be said, though, every time when we have this conversation of, ooh, we have this piece of technology, should we use it? Like, how far can we go with it? There's something to always be said as to, okay, this is your limitation. Because I feel like once you would use AI for script writing, it could easily, yeah, write you a script. But how well or how genuine would that be instead of having a human write it? So like some things that I think about in regards to this is like, let's say the new Stranger Things season. I'm not saying they're doing this. This is just an example. These are things that I think about. Let's say you've had a writing team for like the 4 seasons and now with your last season, you're thinking as like a head of a company, hey, I want to push this stuff forward, write the script, go on, we'll have AI write it. How well is that script really going to be? Like I'm assuming, you can analyze it, see what's been said in the past, kind of analyze a pattern. But there's something to be said about, the writing team who has written it. How would this character actually say this? Would this character actually say this? Or would they do something else? It would be fascinating to compare what the AI script wrote and what a person wrote. I think it's a very different conversation if you're, say, wanting a new TV show where half the time I feel on the streaming services, is this show good? Is it not good? Like, is it a hit or is it a miss? And, you could then try it out with the AI, technology writing out the script. I just feel, depending on, I guess, the theme, the message, the concept of the show, how much how much human, I guess, connectivity are you going to have? Or is it just really all based on, oh, this is just like predictions and how it should go? That is the situation in regards to, I think, writers currently, and that, I think, conversation being had. When it comes to actors, this one scares me, I think, the most, because if you are again, this is for any level of actor, okay? But if you're going in for an acting job, AI, essentially, like, you have your daily rate. You sign whatever saying like, yeah, you can use my image, it's all good. They can just scan you and they'll be like, okay, you can go now, like, we're done with you. Okay. Essentially what they can do is use your image, kind of fill you in, like, as a background actor. Background actor, whether you're in a crowd, like somewhere in the back, somewhere, or maybe you do have like a line perhaps, but essentially they can then use that image anytime that they want, like they own it. If you want to talk in regards to like a higher, let's say, higher paid actress or actor, where you've got like a Meryl Streep. Let's say Meryl Streep's doing a movie, they want to do a reshoot. Well, they can just decide, Meryl, you don't need to come in. Like, we've already scanned your image, we've got you. So we'll just do the reshoot here and it's all good. Like, it's fine. What is the reshoot? Like, what are you potentially saying that, is that something that you would say? Like, do you approve it? Like, what is going on? So it's really this deeper conversation as to, how is your image being used? Who owns your image? Can you work elsewhere if, let's say, your image is being used by one company and, if you wanted to work for another, well, we can't can't use you. Your image is being used elsewhere. And that's a competitor. Those are in contracts. It's a mess. So I'm just like, okay. um and so it just becomes, I think, difficult, especially if you are just starting out. You're not going to get that opportunity to rise if you are just having your image scanned and it's like, oh, now you're just a background. Like, you're just a background actor your entire time. Like, you'd have to find something else. And it's like, well, I wanted to be this and now I can't. And so it just, again, it's that limitation. It's like, okay, nice idea. It's a nice thought, but this is going to get into a very gray area where what's good, like what's right, what's wrong, should you be doing that? Should you not be doing it? And again, we have this, there's always a conversation when there's a new technology. And so what I'm hoping is, for the writers, for the actors, for anybody who's kind of struggling, because yes, this is pertaining a lot towards, the entertainment industry currently. I think, though, it could definitely spread. There are a lot of areas where people, I think, are feeling they're not valued, and are you reaping the benefits of what you're doing? And so I think that's very much a conversation that a lot of people are having, and it's something I think, not saying a lot of people should consider, I'm not saying that, but given the day and time, it's understandable. There's a lot of things, I think, happening in regards to just changes over the years where $1 is not $1 anymore. Like, things have increased in price like tenfold. And so for people to live, it's very essential to have that living wage. And it's very essential to, make sure you are doing what you need to do to have that, to live. Otherwise, you're not getting the necessities that you need. So I'm hoping that writers, actors, everyone within, the entertainment industry, because I think also directors are kind of in this conversation as well, crew members, anyone involved. I'm hoping they are able to reap benefits. I'm hoping they are able to come to not an agreement, but get what they need in order to just survive. So that's my thought. Wow, can't speak today. Please leave yours down below if you have any additional thoughts, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.